If you'll be sitting AF7 soon, this video is for you. We asked our team of experts here at Brand Financial Training what their top tips were for the AF7 exam, and here is what they said. Firstly, when you're writing out your answers, use bullet points. This is quicker for you and the examiner will be grateful. The CII actually gives this tip in their exam guides, so make sure to use it. It's also fine to use abbreviations such as IHT or CGT, but if you're not sure for something like whole of life, write the full words out the first time and then start abbreviating to WOL. Use the number of marks available for each question as an indicator of how many points you should be making in your answer. In an 8-mark question, you need to make 8 different points to gain the marks available. If you can think of more, write them down. This might mean 8 separate bullet points, or sometimes 2 marks might be within one sentence. Remember that marks are not taken away for incorrect information, only positive marking is used. You should also spend around the same time on a question as the marks available. AF7 is 100 marks over the course of 2 hours. This will give you time to have a brief think about what the question's asking at the start and a quick proofread at the end. Read the whole question first. If you don't, you may find that your answer to A is really the answer to B, and you might find yourself writing it all out again. Remember also that you don't have to answer the questions in the order that they arise. Pick the low-hanging fruit. Every paper has 1 or 2 questions which are completely outside the staple bank. You're never going to know everything, and these questions can stump the best of us. If you have to spend more than a couple of minutes thinking and are still struggling, best to move on and return later if you've got time. Read the wording of the question and make sure that you are doing what it asks you. The CII has half a dozen or so question types which come up on a regular basis. If the question says state or list, then just do that. If on the other hand it says describe or outline, then more elaboration is required. Explain questions tend to require the most consideration. It's not enough for these questions simply to describe. You need to consider the wider picture and often the implications for the client. Within this theme, there are often subtle variants. Explain in detail needs more work than explain briefly, and if a question asks for additional information, then it means exactly that. You need to come up with something new. You're not going to get the marks for regurgitating points which are already covered in the case study. When writing your answers, make sure you are specific and not too generic. Be clear in what you're trying to say and keep the clients in mind at all times. And remember to state the obvious. For example, if a client takes more tax-free cash, they'll have a lesser fund to draw income from. Never assume that the examiner knows what you are thinking, because you might lose a mark for something you assumed was implied that the examiner was looking for in your answer. If the exam is being remotely invigilated, then make absolutely sure that you have familiarised yourself with the system beforehand. The CII do provide an exam familiarisation test, so make sure you do this before the day of your exam. So there you have it. There are top tips for your AF7 exam. We wish you the best of luck, but for more help and support, you can visit our website.